Hey guys, today I thought I would do a little currently reading video because I haven't done one of these in a while, but I really enjoy just talking about the books that I've been reading lately to share them with you guys. So I kind of have 4 books on the go at the moment. I used to be the kind of person that could only read one book at a time, but these days I'm all over the place. So I have 1 physical book, 2 ebooks, and an audiobook. The first one, which is the one that I've read the most of, which is not very much, I'm not very far through, but that's the physical book, and it is Skullduggery Pleasant by Derek Landy. So this is the first book in the Skullduggery Pleasant series, and so far I am enjoying it. So if you don't know much about this one, it's a middle grade kind of novel, maybe YA, and it's about this guy called Skullduggery Pleasant, who is essentially a skeleton detective. So for whatever reason, he is a skeleton. He has elemental powers, so he can manipulate like fire, water, air, and earth. And he's a detective as well. I haven't really gotten that far in to know why he's a detective or anything like that. The thing that surprised me about this book so far is that it actually follows a young girl. I thought it would just follow Skullduggery, but it follows a girl called Stephanie whose uncle has just passed away, and she meets Skullduggery because he was good friends with her uncle. So I'm guessing she might fill in with whatever role he had in all of this. To be honest, from what I've read so far, I don't think this is going to be like a favorite book of all time, but to be fair, I'm not exactly like the target audience for this book. I think it's just that middle grade type of books. The writing doesn't necessarily always appeal to me, just because it is a lot of action and plot and stuff like that, whereas I really like the books that delve deep into character and things like that. But enjoying it so far. If you've read it, let me know what you think of this book and this series. The audiobook that I'm currently listening to is actually Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Myself and Yasmin, who is one of my favorite booktubers, I'm going to link her channel down below. Make sure you check her out. Even if you think you are subscribed to her, Yasmin actually made a new channel, so you might not be, so make sure you check down below if you are, because she's done a new channel and she's making awesome videos that really good. So anyway, me and Yasmin decided that we were going to reread Harry Potter together. So she mentioned that she was getting the audiobook of Harry Potter narrated by Stephen Fry because it's supposed to be really good, and I've heard that from other people in the past as well. So I decided to get my hands on it also, so I got it on Audible and I've just started listening to that last night. I've gotten through the first chapter so far, and I really like Stephen Fry's narration so far. He does a really good job with all the characters' voices and stuff. Like for McGonagall, I was really impressed. He has a really appropriate voice for her, it just suits her. And then his Hagrid voice as well that I just heard at the end of chapter 1 was on point. He does the accent and everything, so that was really cool. Really enjoying that audiobook, and I'm probably going to reread the rest of the Harry Potter series on audiobook as well because I'm really enjoying that. I hadn't been using Audible up until this point because I'd looked on Audible before and the prices on all their books are so expensive. Like Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, it came up as $39 or something. That's New Zealand dollars, but still. What I didn't realize is that when you actually signed up to Audible, all of those prices are discounted, so the actual price for Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone was $13. And the other thing I didn't realize was that you actually get to keep the audiobooks forever. They don't disappear even if you cancel your Audible account, so that you're not getting billed every month. Even if you cancel it, you can still have that audiobook and still listen to it, which is good. So not sponsored by Audible, I feel like everyone is. I'm not sponsored by Audible, but I just thought I'd tell you guys about that because those are some things that I didn't realize. Moving on to the couple of ebooks that I'm currently reading. The first one is the Classics Clique Book of the Month. Classics Clique is a Classics Goodreads book club. It's currently run by Marta, and I'll link it down below if you're interested in joining in. But our book this month is North and South by Elizabeth Gaskell. This is a book that was written in the 1800s, I think, and it's kind of dealing with the whole idea of the working class and things like that. So it's about a woman who moves to a new town, and it's a very industrialized town, so there are a lot of mill workers that she feels are being mistreated. She thinks there's a lot of social injustice and poverty, and she really wants to do something about it. So she and the mill owner really clash. And it sounds like though that there's a bit of a hate to love kind of thing going on, as in they really don't like each other but they might secretly have feelings for one another, and I like those kind of storylines. I also love anything set or written in the 1800s generally, so yeah, excited to be reading this one. I've just barely started it, so I can't really say much about it so far. It's a long book. This says 419 pages, so it might take me a while to get through, but I thought at least if I have it on ebook. This is from the library, by the way. I don't tend to buy ebooks just because libraries, the couple that I'm joined to, tend to have all of the ebooks you could want, and if they don't you can request them for free, which is good. So yeah, I tend to just do that rather than paying for ebooks. The only thing is that it gives you a time limit that you have to read them in. I think it's 3 weeks, and I don't think I'm going to get this one finished, but hopefully I'll be able to renew it at the end of 3 weeks. So yeah, there's that one. The other one that I am currently reading, which again I have barely started, so I can't really say much about it yet, but this one, I got an email from the author, who is Sion Michael White, and he just said he must have stumbled on my channel by accident, but he said that he's written a book that the main character has the same name as me. So my name is Roya and his main character's name is Roya, and he was just he thought that was cool, so he said, do you want a review copy to check it out, because he thought it was funny that we had the same name, which it is, because I never have I ever read a book where the main character is called Roya. I have seen in The Wrath and the Dawn, there is a side character, not even a side character, there's a list of names that gets read out at some point during the book, and one of the names is Roya, but aside from that I've never seen a character with my name. It's because it's a Persian name, so in Western countries it's not very common, whereas I feel there's probably a lot of books over in the Middle East that would have characters called Roya, but not so much here. So I thought that was exciting. Anyway, it is called, oh, you can't really see it very well, but it's called Roya Sands and the Bridge Between Worlds, and it just sounded like a really intriguing book. So it's about this girl called Roya. She lives in New York, and she finds this book or something that's written about our current time, but it's written in the past tense, so it's kind of like a prophecy, I guess. And she sets about with a librarian, which is cool whenever there's librarians in books. That seems awesome. So she sets off with the librarian to try and figure out what all of this means, and she discovers secret hidden, I don't know if it's worlds or just communities of people and stuff like that. So it sounds really intriguing, and it sounded like a really existential kind of book, which is something that really appeals to me. I like fiction books that kind of dabble in a bit of philosophy and thinking about the mysteries of life and stuff like that. It's things that appeal to me. This one I just looked actually looks quite long as well. It's again about 418 pages, so about pretty much the same length as North and South, so both of these might take me a while to get through, but I will get there. So I'm excited for this one. It has really high ratings on Goodreads so far as well. I'll link all of these books down below so you can check them out, but yeah, it has really high ratings, so I have a good feeling about that one. So yeah, those are all of the books I am currently reading. Let me know in the comments down below if you've read any of them, what you think, or if you're interested in any of them, and also let me know what you're currently reading, because I would love to hear that. And I will see you guys with another video in a couple of days. Bye.